This new Batcave has introduced some insane lore in 99 Nights in the Forest. What's up, it's Ice. This is my first video in my 99 Nights in the Forest lore series. 99 Nights in the Forest has some interesting creepy lore if you pay attention to the context clues given to us. I mainly talk about the lore in my Snapchat videos, but this is my first episode in the series of me breaking down the lore in 99 Nights in the Forest, and I'll be explaining everything new. So, as most of us know, 99 Nights in the Forest is an insanely popular Roblox game. Currently, the most played Roblox game with over 1 million people consecutively playing at the same time. In the game, you're trying to make it to night 99 and save the missing kids. Which each missing kid you save, it multiplies how many days go by for the next day. But there are plenty of things trying to stop you from making it to night 99. Such as the deer, the owl, the ram, and now the bat. And how could we forget about these pesky wolves? The real premise for this game draws from the real 2023 plane crash in the Colombia Amazon jungle. A mom and her 4 kids were traveling in a plane across the Amazon rainforest when the plane crashed. The mom didn't make it, so the kids had to survive in the Amazon rainforest for 40 days. And mind you, these kids were 13, 9, 4, and 1. It's a miracle they were able to survive. With the knowledge their families taught them, they survived until the military eventually found them. The military was nervous as there were indigenous groups living in the forest that have had no outside contact with the rest of the world. In the game, while exploring, you can find ranger logs and posters talking about this deer. There are deer sightings, but this deer isn't like any other deer. It was standing on its hind legs, almost like a person. The deer sits there stalking us the first night. The rest of the nights, if you leave the fire, he will chase you down. Nothing we've done has been able to hurt the deer, not even bullets. The only chance we have is shining this light at him, which only stuns the deer. Also, our campfire scares him. It wasn't until we got this update the deer is hurt. When spawning to the game, we could find the deer laying on the ground. His antler ripped off and his leg broken. Something attacked him with the chunks of his fur missing from him. We eventually see this cutscene of this wind creature attacking him. After giving the deer some bandages and food, he runs off chasing the entity that harmed him, leading us to this cave. They fight, with the deer seemingly winning. Now, going to this cave expands the lore into underground horror. In this twisted cave system lies a gigantic bat. His scream echoes, stunning us, leaving us blind and taking damage. I think this bat creature is based on the orangutan. These vicious soaring primates are notorious for kidnapping and carrying away children to be eaten during their nocturnal raids on native villages. Covered with acres of unexplored rainforest, the little-known indigenous island of Saram. It's the second biggest island in this area. It's said to be the home of this winged primate known as the orangutan, and they were infamous for their nighttime raids on local villages, especially the kidnapping of infants and young children. As for the purpose of these alleged abductions taking place, one can only speculate and presume the worst. The kidnapping of small children. Now, doesn't that sound very familiar to the story in 99 Nights in the Forest? A lot of people have speculated that the deer is a mutation of the missing kid's mom and the deer. The reason she attacks us is because she's trying to protect her kids from the cultists and anything trying to kidnap them. Apparently, the deer's the one that locked the kids up like princesses in a tower, so that no one could harm them. That's why the deer attacks us, but if you reach night 99, you can see her watching us. She reaches out but realizes the kids are better off with us. We can actually help them escape the rainforest. If this is true, it makes sense that the deer was attacked by this bat creature. The bat is known to kidnap kids and the deer was trying to defend her kids. The bat creature is extremely strong, so the deer may need some help. Orangutan itself translates from the indigenous language of the Moluccans as men with wings. This is similar to the deer as they both have human parts. The deer seems to be based on the Wendigo, which is a man-eating monster often stated that a human can become one through the acts of eating another person. It makes me wonder how these human-animal hybrid creatures are being created. I think this is being done by the Cultists. The Cultists are one of the most interesting aspects of this game. They attack every few nights, and if you look around, you can find some really weird stuff like this demonic star ritual, where it seems like they were sacrificing wolves. But for what? Maybe they're trying to create as many hybrid human creatures as possible to somehow grant them wishes. When you clear a section in the cave, you'll see these huge structures of the deer, the owl, the ram, and the bat. Each one grants you a wish that will affect you in the forest, such as being able to stop the lightning, or stopping yourself from starving so fast. These cultists live in the rainforest, so maybe they're trying to create as many creatures as possible to create more spells like these. And maybe in order to create these creatures, they need these kids as sacrifices. In the cave, for some interesting markings on the wall, like this one of the deer being worshipped, which is very similar to this cutscene of the deer being worshipped in its lair. There's another what seems to be the bat sleeping. Maybe in a future update we'll get to see where in this cave the bat sleeps at. We see the bat screaming, so maybe to defeat it we have to find a high frequency sound to pop its ears. There's another drawing of the ram and the volcanic biome. It's said that the Rangbatis stays in a network of caves wedged deep in the side of an extinct volcano. And notice how the bat did appear after the volcano biome update. I think the most interesting one is the one of the deer in this circle. This reminds me of the pentagram ritual we can find in the game. I wonder if this is two deer stacked on top of each other, or just another depiction of the monstrous deer. Is it possible that there's more than one deer? When you save the missing kids, they have drawings of the deer, but it has no antlers. Also, someone noticed that while the deer was hurt, when you reach night 99, it gives you this cutscene of the deer reaching out. But if you look closely, you can still see the deer on the ground. Is it possible that this is another deer? What do you all think about this? I think this is a really interesting theory, but it's possible that this could just be a glitch. So when you pass night 99, you get this cutscene and you see the deer headed into what appears to be its den. We haven't seen this place yet, but I think we'll eventually get to it and we'll see where the deer actually lives at. This seems like a different place from where we saw the cultists worshipping the deer. I really hope they expand upon this lore, giving us more details on how this is happening. Kinda like how Dress to Impress leaned into the lore, giving us lore quests. I think 99 Nights should do something similar. Like, imagine if they start giving us cinematic cutscenes. I can't help but wonder, what is the overarching story about what's going to happen in this lore for the game? It started off with these kids lost in this jungle, and then we got all these different entities. We have about 4 different entities now, and I keep thinking, are they just going to keep adding more, or are we going to build upon the lore that we've gotten? I think the next update should focus more on the deer. We did recently just get a new cutscene of the deer taking off its bandages, and then it went crazy after seeing the light. I wonder, why does the light affect the deer so much? Why is it afraid of it? Maybe the scientists were doing some weird experiments involving light. Kind of annoying because we kind of risked our lives to save the deer only for him to still be angry at us. Do you think it's possible we'll officially join sides with the deer? Something interesting else I found out is that the deer is actually a guy. Everyone thinks the deer in 99 Nights in the Forest is actually the missing kid's mom. But how could that be if it has antlers? Only male deers have antlers. However, in the admin abuse party for the game, one of the devs referred to the deer as him. This is confirming that the deer is a guy. Now, I know that sounds obvious, but a lot of people think that the missing kid's mom is this deer. A lot of people think that the deer was fused with the mom in a science lab. So it may have just been a male deer fused with the mom's soul. But who knows, maybe this is a separate deer, and the mom deer actually has no antlers. We have 2 new cultists in the cave biome. One is even bigger and tougher to destroy. I wonder if these are new cultists or if they're actually the original cultists that created these entities. What do you all think about these theories? Make sure you're following, make sure to leave a comment on what you'd like to see. I'm currently working on a timeline video for part 2. Also, make sure you're following on my Snapchat. We're almost at 100k. And when we reach it, I'm sharing diamonds in 99 Nights in the Forest and giving game passes in Dress to Impress. We're over 90k, so we're about to hit it really soon. Link is in the description. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.